Okay, I think Apple is the bigger company in the world. I think the system and technology is the first one. I think as Apple not have any problem with the workers in Japan because he of only company for make it alright. The problem is in Japan for no have a good control for the workers in there. But I think Apple products is a good product. It's very expensive. You can buy if you want. It's certainly it's good, but I don't have any device from iPhone right now from Apple. But I like it. I like it. Really like it. I think the problem is really in the country. I said all is possible change the situation for the people who work for the company, but have on a contract is not directly work for Apple. That's the problem. Apple give the contact on the co-workers and they contract for anywhere, right? So pay $2 an hour or $1 an hour. It's very hard for that company, US or Europe, try to make a job another company, another country because it's very cheap. Apple Pros is in the market. I think it's the number one, but that's the thing. It's work for that. It's the real loud change the law from the country. I think that's the very thing for that. Thank you.
Yo pienso que Apple es una buena compañía y sus productos son excelentes. Después de haber visto el video, sinceramente veo que la implicación que ellos tienen no es la mejor y aparte de eso no sabía que en pleno siglo XXI todavía existía la esclavitud. Entonces pienso que para intentar remediar eso, la Apple debe implicarse un poquito y tratar de mejorar la calidad de vida de estos trabajadores.
Right now, my main tool of study in high school is an iPad. I like all I can do with it and how it's used in classes and how much we can learn. After seeing the video, I was really impressed by the working condition of these people. And when they asked a young employee if she had seen an iPad, and she said no, when she actually works all day long so that other people may have their own iPad. I think Apple should help all those young persons and improve their working condition.
I think Apple is ignorant because they do not look for where the iPads are made. They just think about the profit they will make when the iPad are going to sell. I think a company should improve workers' condition because nobody deserves to be working in that. If you want workers to perform, they have to give them finished establishments. I have an iPhone and I bought it because it is one of the best products you can have in the market, and that's why. No, I have never think about where my phone was made, and now that I know, I think I want to change to another company because I am in a sort of way encouraging Apple to exploit Chinese people. I think Apple has a deal with them because if the company has something to deal with this problem, and the best solution I can make for this is the dirigents of Apple have to go to that places where they're exploited and give them the condition they have to the condition they deserve.
À date, je ne connaissais pas tous les problèmes pour la fabrication de tous les produits Apple. à ma maison, tous les produits qu'on achète, c'est des iPhone, iPod, iMac, sans savoir tout ce qu'il y avait en arrière de toute la fabrication de tous ces produits. Après avoir vu les vidéos puis les conditions des employés pour la compagnie qui travaille pour Apple, on est vraiment triste, déçu. On aimerait que les conditions pour cette personne soient meilleures que ce qu'on a vu dans les vidéos. Puis, dans mon opinion, Apple il devrait s'impliquer pour améliorer les conditions, pour aller poser des questions, pour aller appuyer à les personnes qui travaillent là-bas, appuyer à les personnes qui travaillent là-bas, puis surtout parce que ce sont des personnes très très jeunes, puis qui devraient avoir des opportunités pour avancer, étudier ou avoir de meilleures conditions de travail. Car les profits que la compagnie a grâce à eux sont vraiment incroyables. Puis je pense que s'ils sont impliqués dans plusieurs causes altruistes, qu'ils vont aider, faire des dons pour différents problèmes de maladies et des fins dans le monde, ils devraient commencer pour s'impliquer et aider les gens qui travaillent pour produire les ordinateurs, les cellulaires, les iPhones, puis tout ça qui vendent pour avoir autant de millions dans leur compte de banque.
I think Apple is a effective, good product that works extremely well. But after seeing how the product is made, I really think that the method they use to create this product for the mass production is really wrong. I believe that if people's lives are being affected that drastically over a product, it shouldn't be happening like that, no matter what the product may be. And I believe that Apple has enough resources and money to create a safe environment for their workers to be able to work and make the product without having to put anyone's life at risk. Okay. Thank you.
What do you think about Apple? Well, the fact that they have incorporated a lot of their technology into a lot of other technologies around the world, not saying all of them, but a lot of it, I think just shows how hard that they have worked and how far that they have came from the very beginning. A lot of people might think of it as just them trying to take over, but whenever you work so hard at something like that, of course you're going to achieve great things, such as almost looking like you're taking over. I mean, who doesn't want to take over the world? Next question. After seeing those pictures and videos, some about publicity, Apple implications on sweatshops and other innovations, and statements about company management of profit, revenues, etc., what is your opinion on the company? Well, I noticed that the video was mostly talking about just a few Apple companies that were located in China. Okay, and I am sure that lots of other Apple companies have also ran into the problem of some of their workers being suicidal or thinking, suicidal thoughts. And I can honestly say that I don't believe that it's actually all like that. I don't think that every single Apple store has this problem, and if they have ran into it, I'm glad that they're actually doing something about it. Yes, it's kind of silly to think, why would you put nets on the outside of your buildings? I mean, come on, why would you? No, okay? You're trying to do something, but you can only do so much. Even if you were to give a psychologist to every single one of those people for them to talk to, it doesn't matter. You can only do so much. People, yes, they go to work and they work hard, and it might seem like a sweatshop. It might just be a sweatshop, but you could also go home and have more problems. There's more to it than just the work itself being the problem of their entire life for them to actually want to throw themselves over a building and to blame it all on Apple companies. No. The media just does that because it's like, you get a big company such as Apple, and then you have a problem such as their workers being suicidal, what do? You're just going to blame it on the big company. You're not going to think, oh, well, maybe that person's mother or child had passed away recently, so therefore they are feeling lonely and want to commit suicide. No, you will blame it on the big company because you want to make them look bad, as most media do. But, it could also be that, a worker did go to their work and a co-worker did something to them to make them want to become suicidal. Who knows? But I personally do not feel that that is like that for every single Apple company, that it's only a few and they shouldn't blame it on the entire system itself. Next question. Do you think that the company should improve workers' conditions? Well, if it is referred to as a sweatshop, yes, they should. But to me, it sounds like they are already. In the video, that's what it seemed like, that they're trying their hardest to make it as good as they possibly can. You also got to think, if you're talking about in a country where it's communist and other things, you can only do so much. Next question. If you have a product of Apple, why did you buy it? I do actually. I am filming this video on an Apple phone, an iPhone 4S to be exact. Why did I buy it? For one, it was pretty cheap actually. I didn't buy mine from the store because, well, I am a cheap person, whatever. But most people have them, so therefore I can just say, hey, I need an iPhone on Facebook or something, and somebody could sell it to me, an iPhone 4, an iPhone 4S for about $20, charger included and all. Because they're just trying to get rid of it. So that's pretty cheap, which is actually what I did. I got this phone for a very cheap price, and it was very convenient. I wanted something touchscreen. I had something touchscreen. It was an Android phone. Didn't really like it. It was just so many problems, and yes, the iPhone does have problems, but not as much as the others. So that's why I got an iPhone. Next question. If you have a product of Apple, have you ever thought about the production part that creates that product? Well, to be honest, I didn't even think that people actually made these phones. I thought, or it could be laptops, whatever, my bad. But I thought that by now they would actually have machines making these, and that the people would be there as part of the work, but not necessarily so much involved in it as for them to be called, the makers, like hand makers, of these machines. And I thought that they would just be watching the machines maybe, or they would just be running the machines that would be making the products themselves. Next question. If you have a product of Apple, before the survey, have you ever heard about this problem? No, I had not. I figured that such a big problem would have been on the news or even Facebook or such. I didn't hear it until my friend came to me about this survey and thought it was crazy. Crazy in the matter of I didn't think such things would be actually happening, but whenever you're just busy with your own life, you don't think about such things. Next question. Do you think that the company has nothing to deal with this problem? Has nothing to do when dealing with this problem? I think that's what it meant to say. Well, it clearly shows in the video that they're trying to do something to fix the problem, and that's something, I'm glad that they're at least trying. Most people would just be like, you're suicidal? Well, too bad. We'll just replace you just as easy, because there are a lot of people around the world that need a job. And I'm sure that they're thinking that, but in a way they care at least enough to try to fix the problem, right? So that's good. Next question. If your answer was yes, which it was, think about a solution for it and explain this problem in one or a few words. This one's gonna take a minute. Well, most big companies have, I had mentioned something about psychologists. I've always had an interest in psychology, sociology, any of the sort, and most big companies, I know that they actually do have psychologists that work for them, you know, and why not have like a counselor or something for them to just have there, to come there if you're having so many problems with one specific company, which is all the same system, but I'm saying one company in one area, whatever. If you're having more than one suicides, which is crazy, but hey, things happen, big companies, I get it. But have a counselor or something and come once every week or something, or maybe just to be there, have her own office, just like a school would have, so people can go there and talk to them. Yes, I know that it can still happen that this person that is so suicidal that doesn't even want to talk to them, okay, but at least that they would be trying even more, not just putting nets on the outside to catch them, which is kind of silly, but because the suicidal thoughts still don't go away. But this could also help. This could be something big, just like they could be, like I said, they could be in schools just like how they are in schools. I don't know if China has that, but they do in the US, and I think that they should have that as well. Most big companies should have that. People have problems. They will always have problems, and people will work harder when they're happy. That's just how it is. They'll make more money in the long run if their people are happy. And that's the end of this.